know me from doing taxes. You might know me for being the tallest mayor in the state of Washington for some period of time. Or a very select few of you might know me as a male fashion model for the United Way's Power to President. And this is probably the only room I can say you may know me as the host of KLTV's Local Matters, where we try and do a similar kind of thing that we're doing tonight. Introduce you to candidates, help you make decisions, and not try to sway your opinion. So that's why it was important to me as I was looking for some other way to spend my gads of free time that I have, to work with the Civil Dialogue Project. We're putting this event on this evening. The Civil Dialogue Project is something that was formed a couple years ago with the goal of bringing civility to conversations that affect our community that don't necessarily always have civility. Provide some non-biased, non-partisan information to our community so that you can help you make better decisions at the polls. We want everybody to participate. We want everybody to participate with some education. It's always great if we can know more about the folks that we are going to vote for. Our members include George Rader, a former county commissioner and former state legislator, Brian Magnuson, a business owner in town, and volunteered for everything that I've ever heard of. John J. Bush, who spent an incredible year, I'm sure, for him as a county commissioner, and a lot longer than that as a business owner. Andre Stepikowski, former city editor of the Daily News and accomplished pianist. Google it if you don't believe me. And Alan Rose, who retired from the Columbia Community Action Project, we call it CAP usually around here, and an author himself. That's in addition to our moderators this evening. Moderators are on the left, Steve Warney. Hopefully you don't know him from being in his courtroom yourself, but he did graduate from the University of Washington School of Law in 1979, spent about 23 years in the Cowlitz County Superior Court as a judge there. He's been married to his wife, Angie, for 43 years. He didn't say it in here, but I'm sure he meant 43 wonderful years. I'm sure he just forgot the adjective, but I'm glad to supply it. He has a couple of kids and 4 grandchildren. So, Judge Warren. Our other moderator is Melanie Green Evans. She is a passionate advocate for community engagement, as I think we all are here, and for personal growth. As the public relations and marketing specialist at LCC Head Start, she brings her creative talents to support early childhood education. She's also the founder of Prism Employees Coaching and Design, where she combines her expertise in graphic design with her dedication to fostering personal and professional development. She's been happily married for 28 years. CC, that's happily married for 28 years, and is a mother of 3 daughters and 1 son-in-law. So, please welcome our moderators, Steve and Melanie. So we have a couple ground rules for this evening, what we're going to hope that our candidates can live up to, and hope that you'll help them do that. We have a couple guidelines we'd like for you guys too. We're going to get them out here in just a moment, have them take turns answering questions. They're going to alternate who goes first on each question. Everybody will get 2 minutes per question and another minute for rebuttal. We're not going to have opening statements, but we will give them a closing statement of about 2 minutes at the end. We ask that there be no cheering or jeering. We're here to educate ourselves, to support the process. We'd really like to just kind of keep it where we're listening respectfully. We can give them a hand at the end of the debate when they come out. Of course, we can't go the whole 2 hours, hour and a half, whatever, without any clapping. So we'll do it at the beginning, we'll do it at the end, and we ask to kind of refrain in the middle, please. They're going to have some written notes, but they don't know the questions ahead of time. That's a change from last year, so just a heads up for that. They're going to be hearing these things for the first time. They know the topics, but not the specific questions. And while we won't be taking questions from the audience this evening, you are welcome to submit questions via our website or Facebook. cowlitzcivildialogue.com is our website, and we've received several submissions through that. So I would like to introduce to you the candidates tonight. For Cowlitz County Commissioner, position 1, coming to us from Klama, it's Klama Mayor Mike Reuter. Do not say Reuter, guys. I know that major corporations have convinced us for years to say Reuter, but it's Reuter, right? And Steve Rader, not related to George, spelled differently. Mr. Rader, Mr. Reuter, welcome to the debate. We're thankful to have you guys here joining us tonight. This is the first of a series of 4 debates. Next week, Commissioner District 2. We've got the state Senate race after that, and then we'll have our congressional legislative candidates for District 3 here on the final. But with that, thank you guys for coming. Turn it over to Stephen Miller.
Thank you very much. And we'll get right to it. And I'll start, I guess, Mr. Rader, we'll let you start with the first question. Cowlitz County's got, about 500? Oh. Okay, it's booming from where I'm sitting, so, okay. So Cowlitz County's got about 580 employees spread over 33 departments. Its combined budgets exceed $250 million. In the last few years, there's been kind of a gray wave. There's been a significant exodus of senior management. What makes you qualified to run so large an organization as Cowlitz County?
Sure. Well, I think it's important to note that when running any organization, regardless of its size, what we're dealing with is people. And people want to work under good leadership. And the size of the budget is made up of, as you said, multiple departments. And each one of those departments is made up of a smaller budget. So as a business owner, I deal with budgets and with revenue and with expenses. And so the way you eat an elephant is one bite at a time. It's not about a $250 million budget. It's about the public works budget and how do we handle that. It's about the sheriff's budget and how do we handle that. So compartmentalizing the budget and taking it into smaller pieces, being able to manage it that way. The other thing is that money is money and it works the same no matter where you're at. So the budget for a business that has 35 employees may be smaller, but money works the same. So if you're spending more than you're bringing in, you have a problem. So I don't feel that the size of the budget is something that worries me whatsoever, because, like I said, you eat an elephant one bite at a time, and the budget might be large overall, but it's made up of smaller departments, smaller businesses. And I deal with budgets at church. The church that I attend, I'm responsible for all the budgets, for all the different departments, and it all works the same. So being able to work with people is what's important. Making sure that the people have solid leadership that they can put their trust and faith into, that are going to make decisions to help them in the future, is what's important. And like I said, money is money, and it doesn't matter what approach you take to it, it works the same. Math is math, and it's a universal concept.
And Mr. Reuter, your response.
I've been mayor of Klama for 7 years now. We do have a couple dozen employees, $10 million budget. We have the first thing that is the most important part of any larger organization is a staff of qualified individuals. That, when you get quality employees, it really makes things a lot easier. And so you build on there, you build these teams, you support the people that you hire, you back them and make sure that they are able to do their job and not to micromanage them. You hire, like I said, you hire the best, and it makes things so much easier in life. And you just scale up from there. You don't have to, you're not going to have 560 employees at one room. You're going to have department heads, and they're going to have their teams and on down. I also have work on multiple different other boards. I'm on the CAP board. I was the Lions president, the Iguanas president. I was also on risk management for Washington State for millions of dollars and lots of employees. So you just, like I said, you get a really good team, you support them, let them do their job, makes things a lot easier.
So you each have 1 minute for rebuttal, but I want to ask one additional point that I hope you can address in that. From time to time in the past, the county has hired a professional county administrator. Do you think that's a good idea at this point, not a good idea? Why are we?
Yeah, I really don't know enough about being a commissioner yet to make that type of a decision as to whether or not an administrator would make sense. Ultimately, what county commissioners' jobs are is to take the information from the department heads that's presented to them, and we're expecting the county commissioners to make a judgment call on how those funds are going to be spent. And I have sat through multiple commissioners' meetings, and I've listened to Commissioner Weber, Commissioner Dahl, Commissioner Mortensen, all ask questions to gain and gather more information so that they can make an educated decision. So what's important about being a commissioner is the type of morals, values, and the way that they view the government, what the government's role is in our society, that will ultimately determine what type of decisions they're going to be making.
Thank you. Mr. Reuter?
We definitely need a county administrator. There's no doubt about it, especially with two brand new county commissioners, and then the last commissioner has a 1.5 year experience. It separates the elected officials from the staff. When you look at cowlitz PUD, the ports, they all have an executive director, so you have a separation of employees. You don't have the 3 individual county commissioners going to the multiple different employees with multiple different messaging and having a confusing dialogue about who's in charge and who should I go to for what. So we definitely need a county administrator, especially for the first year, to get these, possibilities. Like I said, they're going to have 2 out of the 3 brand new people and 1 with a 1.5 year experience. So we're going to have a major learning curve.
Thank you. Mr. Reuter. The IMIN initiatives have notably capped county revenue growth while costs continue to rise. How would you handle the county's budget under these constraints, and what innovative solutions might you propose to maintain essential services?